My sister and I were raised by a single mother. I was very shy, but somehow I ended up getting cast in the school production of Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. Guess who I played? Something horrible happened when I did that role. I got a laugh from an audience, my very first laugh. My creative life is kind of like a roller coaster, or in this case, the Cypress Mountain Coaster. It's full of incredible highs and terrifying lows with so many hairpin turns that it's bound to throw you off at any moment. And I wasn't completely sure I was an actor. As I mentioned, I was a very shy kid, and I still am. But when I'm on stage or in front of an audience, I can get bold. And I started by doing children's theater that toured around to the parks with companies like the YMCA and Burnaby Summer Theater. I loved playing all of the different characters, much to the consternation of the other actors. I started to really develop a love for audience and for creating characters and playing different characters, and I looked for any opportunity that I could. I got a summer job playing an alien in a game show called Space Cadet Challenge at Science World. This was during the Star Trek exhibit. So then I had to figure out what I was going to do. So maybe I was an improviser. I did that in high school, so I decided to try out for the Vancouver Theatre Sports League. I went on to be in many of their hit shows like Star Trek and the Xmas Files. I also did 3 provincial tours with them. This is one of my favorite pictures. Back when I was a drinker, we drank that bar closed in Fernie, BC. We are quite wasted at that point in that photo. And we had to do a show at 9 a.m. in a school gym right after. Well, the next day, not right after. We didn't stay that late. Improv was so much fun, and some of the new kids at Theatre Sports wanted to do something different, so we formed a sketch comedy group called Rock, Paper, Scissors. Over the years, members came and went, and we produced many shows. Now I really thought, okay, now I want to be an actor. So I auditioned for Studio 58, the professional training theatre program at Langara College, but I was not accepted into the program. So I auditioned again, and a year later, this time I got in. Maybe I am an actor. Yeah, roller coaster going up. Now, it's a very difficult program, if you haven't heard, and as I entered my second year of the 3-year program, I was told, indeed, I was not an actor. Not to be outdone, the music teacher said, I'm not a singer either. So I graduated from the school as a variety student, and I ended up going back with Rock, Paper, Scissors. We did many cool things, many projects, including touring through war zones for the Canadian Armed Forces, places like Bosnia, Israel, Egypt, and Newfoundland. We also did a lot of shows, including the complete works of William Shakespeare Bridge. This show was so popular that it was picked up by the Arts Club Theatre. They produced our version, and they toured it and ran it for 3 months at the Granville Island stage, where it was remounted 2 months later. But then, roller coaster down, I never worked at the Arts Club Theatre again. So I was with Rock, Paper, Scissors for 13 years, and suddenly I was not. Roller coaster down again. But during that time, I wrote a script, and it was produced by my alma mater, Studio 58, and it was produced there called Bad Times Behind, directed by Alan Gray. So maybe I'm a writer, I don't know. I loved improvising. I thought it would be neat to bring together a bunch of LGBTQ plus performers and create an improv company. So I started teaching workshops and eventually devised a show, which was turned into a television show. Called Tops and Bottoms. You can still get it on Amazon Prime. I make no money off of it. My show, my face, my name, no money. And after 9 years with the company, I was once again on the outside. I became a caregiver for my mother who had Lou Gehrig's disease, so I started to do fundraisers, bringing different funny people together to raise money for the ALS Society of BC. It felt good using my enthusiasm for audiences to raise money for different charities. So I started working as an auctioneer, a funny auctioneer. The Vancouver Fringe Festival was one of the first companies to hire me. And then I started doing stuff with other charities, health organizations, social groups, and organizations like the Variety Club. Also because I had no problem standing up in front of people. Oh, see, it did turn upside down. I told you. I said, did you check it? Because I think it might turn upside down. And it did. They're like, no, it didn't do that for us. I worked as an MC, and my work took me to the Swiss Alps for companies like Verizon and Tourism BC. I also got to return to India with my friend Guggen China to film a documentary. That was a country I visited on a youth exchange 100 years ago. I also did dinner theater in Cancun. I love to entertain whenever I can, producing, presenting, or performing. Roller Coaster Up! My desire to amuse allowed me to become the entertainment manager for the 2010 Winter Olympics and Paralympic Games, where I devised over 100 acts, featuring over 1,000 actors. Entirely grateful for the assistance of Leanne Cohen and Sarah Strupper. But Roller Coaster Down! Producing events sometimes has setbacks, like the Sea Vancouver Festival, which some of you may have heard of, where I produced dozens of acts, but the festival declared bankruptcy. And we ended up getting paid 10 cents on the dollar. I don't produce events so much anymore. As an artist, I also get to direct, and I had the opportunity to direct the Canadian premiere of Heathers the Musical, the West Coast premiere of Ruthless the Musical, which were both nominated for Jessie Awards. It didn't win. Neither of them did. I also directed 20 short films, including a musical called Same Boat, which did win an award. And I've also just recently started learning how to edit music videos, like that one for Noreen Braun. I've won some awards, which is cool, that's nice, but you can't eat them. So because I'm a coach and a teacher, I also explored becoming a speaker. And just as I had a couple opportunities to do that, COVID hit. Suddenly nobody wanted to have me come and talk to them. I love pretending to be different people. I love exploring different sides of myself. When I was a baby, my mom said my first words were, "What's that? And what's it?" I've always been very curious, and I'm full of creative energy, and I love audiences. I don't like people so much. I want to spend the rest of my life playing goofy characters and trying to help make a difference. I keep taking opportunities and, more importantly, making them. I'm writing a one-man musical where I play 12 different characters. I think it'll be funny. I hope you come and see it. Roller Coaster Up.